Good morning, David. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Morning, Oblivion. Swift as fuck, boy. I'm fast as fuck, boy. Good morning, good morning. It's going to be a little shorter of a stream today. My dog has surgery today, so I'm going to go till about 6 o'clock and then pop off and go see what's going on upstairs. Good morning, Omanian. Morning 187. Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. All right. Good morning, DM Tech. How are you? Good to see you guys. Sorry, I was doing the housekeeping stuff. All right. Let's see what we can get done in about an hour and a half. We'll see how this goes. I'm just going to disable that this morning. All right. We are back to writing tests once again. Oh, shit. I forgot where we left this off at. This was where I was like fussing about how to update shit. God dang it. I forgot about this. I forgot to think about that yesterday. I'll miss that 20 plus day streak I used to have. What broke it? Just stuff was going on, huh? That's all right. That's all right. You know, streaks on everything. Damn it. I got to okay. I wish I would have thought about this more yesterday. Let's see. Delete it. Yeah, just delete it. Just delete it. I don't care about it. A long distance friend came over to my place for a week, wasn't able to make it consistently. Oh, yeah, no worries. That's a, yeah, that sounds like a way better way to spend your time, you know? Long distance friend, haven't seen in a while. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. All right, this is what we're going to do. So, let's try this really quick. What happens if I do update? And what if you go here?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Hey, Tyler, thank you so much for becoming a member, man. That's super duper kind of you. Way more generous than I deserve. So thank you very much. Good morning, Flan. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, we're going to go ahead and have a I guess we'll just come down here and we'll say, give me a public void function called update. And update is going to take an action of type transaction. Okay. And then yeah, it will though. Calm down, guys. It will. Steven talking to his code like it's on LLM. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about talking out loud. You know, it kind of actually works. Soviet Union. Hello, my name is Dunkleo. I don't know how to say that. I'm new of your channel and I liked and subscribed. Well, thank you very much, man. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. Alright, let's see if this works. I don't know if this is actually going to work. Never done this before. So we would say, and we would do user ID. No, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Name. Oh, whoops. You done. Okay. So if I go over into this method, I go up to the user ID, private set. No, okay. So I can't hack around that. Well, fuck. Dude, yeah, I'm just gonna have to do this the way it's supposed to be done, unfortunately. Alright, let's see. I just can't find an approach I'm happy with, and I don't know why I'm so stuck on it, but I just can't get over it. Steven, how many hours do you code generally during your peak days? I would say I probably spend at least 4 hours coding every day. Maybe as many as 8. Like yesterday I probably coded for like 9 or 10 hours. Yeah. Sometimes it's a lot. I mean, at least 4 probably every day for the last 4 or 5 years. Good morning, Minister of Defense. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Buenos dias. Hmm. Okay. How do we, is there a way that we can just configure, bring this browser over here. Is there a way that we can configure set values into the framework, ignore ID property? No, it does not. That's a lie. It does not handle automatically. That was a lie, because when we run this, Tyler, what are you working on? Do you already have a design for it? By design, do you mean like something visual you can look at, that type of design, or you just mean like, do I know what I want to build? Buenos dias is that's not Chinese. Minister of Defense, you silly. I love stream names. Minister of Defense, Soviet Union, 187. Then you have David. Yeah, we're all over the place over here. Uh, Figma. Oh no, I don't have anything like that. I very rarely ever sit down and make a design like that for myself. He's building a new billion-dollar startup. I wish I was building a new billion-dollar startup. God, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Come on, debugger. You can do it. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. See, property transaction.id is part of a key, so it cannot be modified or marked as modified. To change the principal of an existing entity with an identifying foreign key, first delete the dependent and invoke save changes, then associate the dependent with the new principal. Yeah, see? That, you're a liar, Gemini. You're a liar. Mass Copilot. Shut, bro. I'm using Entity Framework, and specifically, I'm doing the following, which is producing an error like so. Is there any way I can make Entity Framework not try to set the ID value on the transaction when calling set values? This is the same thing we were stuck on yesterday. What are you gonna do? Imagine using a debugger instead of 1,000 print statements. I know it's a radical idea. We like to live dangerously over here. Then make $1 billion selling courses on how to make $1 billion with vibe coding. Good morning, Noku. What's up, Kate? Good to see you. You can at least say you built $1 billion startup on LinkedIn. Say you vibe coded it, then sell courses on how to build it. It's so funny to watch the arc. It's always like people who start out as programmers, and then at some point they hit this point where they realize, oh, I can make more money telling people I can teach them how to become programmers than I can make as a programmer. I see the same thing in the fitness industry. People would become coaches, and then they'd realize, oh, I can make more money preying on the aspirations of other people to become successful coaches. So I'm just going to become a coach who coaches other coaches. It happens. It happens everywhere. Tyler, I usually need some kind of design to track progress or I get lost. If you had one, it'd be easier for viewers like me to follow along too. Oh yeah, I don't have a design. I'm probably never going to do that. It's more time and effort than I want to sit down and put into it. I'm just going to build it. I'm going to end up with duplicate work. I gotta put in time to put together a design. Then I gotta put in time to implement it. It's easier just to go and implement it. Just build it. Drawing up an architecture is normally the first thing I do. Nice, nice. Yeah, nice. Very cool for you. Yeah, I don't want to do this. This is stupid. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's kind of interesting. This is what we did originally. Hmm. Hmm. The GTO is kind of interesting. But then that's just like you're basically just recreating the same object twice. Alright, just move on with it, Steven. Just get over it. Just pass the ID and get on with your life. Let's see. With the Good morning, NG Tontai. Good to see you. Do your best alpha male fitness motivation impression. No. No, I'm not going to do that. No, whenever I use AI to produce any piece of code, it makes me want to puke. It gets rid of the fun. I like it for explanations and debugging. Did you see what happened to Stack Overflow? I did not see what happened to Stack Overflow. What happened to it? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of using AI to author code these days, or at this moment at least. I'm having way more fun just doing it the old caveman way. I don't use AI to code at all. Like literally, don't do it because it's the most boring way to code. It is pretty. I'm kind of there. That's what I've been bitching about for the last couple months on stream. Is that agentic coding bores me. I know I'm going to be replaced by a junior with leak Claude skills, but I don't care. Yeah, it's kind of my attitude too. I'm like, okay, bro, come for me. uh, Okay, there's actually a company I recently did a pen test on named Vercel, and when digging through their source code, I realized the second I saw it, their entire company was written by Claude. Really? Interesting. And is this Vercel the Vercel we all know? That's pretty crazy. James, you should dwell well on it. No, man, I'm done. I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to stop dwelling. Can I? Excuse me. Oh, I think this. I think what I did to fix this was I just had an overload, didn't I? Redid this. Nope, that stays there. This becomes user ID. This becomes account ID. Like that. And then Plaid modified transactions becomes this. It's fine. Then I think everyone becomes happy again. Stop. Stop. You're so close, just 3 more hours? I don't know about that. There you go. Test pass. Okay, we're moving on with our life. That's how we're gonna do it. I absolutely hate how we did it, but I don't care. We're done. We spent enough time on that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go and drop this back down. Let's go back to our tests. Okay. So, fact. Public async task handle async when called with existing transaction. Okay, so let's test what happens if the Plaid metadata is not transaction metadata. We should not update it, right? So let's do oh, their code is really insecure. Really? Is your ID, username, and account a composite key for your database? It is not, or at least not in this application. It's not. Made the change to Emacs. It's custom. Nice. That's awesome. How are you enjoying it? Do you like Emacs? Oblivion. Is Stack Overflow just people telling each other to ask AI? That's hilarious. Hopefully that's not what it's become. Vercel is not a company, it's the company. They probably have the largest consumer trust. Yeah, I just think that's because they make it super easy for people who only know how to build things in JavaScript to deploy their applications. They probably have the, yeah, I would say so. They definitely have one of the largest brands. They went from we don't accept AI generated responses to here's a freaking AI chatbot front page. They even sent an email to all Stack Overflow users with the beta for the site. Stack Overflow is so dead. Oh, I did see the redesign, and yeah, AI was featured pretty prominently there. I believe that even before I didn't trust similar hosters, self-hosting a website takes 30 minutes and $5 per month. But most people can't figure that out. A lot of people can't figure out the self-hosting piece. It perplexes them. If they can't get pushed to a repo and it deploy, they're lost. I'm in the middle of building an exploit to prove a third critical vulnerability I found on their platform. Oh, wow. That's crazy. All right, that's enough. I'm coining the term vibe slop. Feel free to use it against vibe-coded bullshit. Okay, I like this. Good morning, Cy Sheriff. Good to see you. But they pay me good to find it, so yeah. I mean, you can't really complain if they pay you. I need to get back into making web apps. I've been doing a lot of low-level coding in Zig, but I miss the flow state of web apps. Nice, yeah. I mean, do whatever feels right, man. It's your free time. Lord, these function names are so long, but I get it. I did it all the time back in my Java days. Nice. Yeah, the function names are long because of they're the test names. That's why the function names are long. Would you wouldn't want me to write we've gone over this before, I think, on stream, but you wouldn't write a test called test 1. That's stupid. So the name of the test is the method name, so that's why it's a long method name. Good morning, Wilo. Good morning, Wilo Gamer Pro. Good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Doom, so Vim motions, but all the plugins crash. To be honest, the natives feel more natural. Interesting. Okay, good for you, man. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. James, AI rules. That reminds me of that movie. What is it? Is it Billy Madison? O'Doyle rules. Good morning, Blackfire. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. So I guess let's do let's create a private class called test metadata that comes from test translation metadata. Stop yawning, it's contagious. Sometimes I can't help it, man. Sometimes I can't help it, okay? Doing the best I can. Actually, let's just do this. What am I doing wrong? There we go. Okay, so we got that. And then now we need to figure out how to set that. So we create the user async, right? And then I guess we can do existing. It'd be nice if we could just build a transaction that has the right metadata on it.
Did we just become best friends?
Dylan, thanks for subbing. Appreciate you. Mr. Freeborn, do not destroy me. But I did use AI to write up tests because, well, there's I would never destroy you. And I don't, I really, I hope you guys know, I really don't care if you guys like to code with AI. That's totally fine with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, one of my favorite YouTubers, WebDev Cody, he's real into agentic coding and he loves it, or it seems like he loves it, and he's doing it a lot, and I think that's wonderful. You know, the part of the AI world that I chafe at is people who like are just they're so AI pilled and they're so dead set on trying to make everybody else AI pilled. You know, it's like that's the part that I chafe at. And they try and they want, and then the other worst part is they want to scare everybody into thinking that if you're not agentic coding, you're somehow gonna be left in the dust. And I just don't believe it. But if you guys like to code with AI, more power to you. I never want you to think that I'm shitting on you guys. AI is the bee's knees for prototyping or making your own tool. I don't think it's ready for the workplace. That seems like a very reasonable take, James. Seems like a very reasonable take. SciChef reminds me of myself trying to make everyone use Vim. Oopsies. Dude, I lived through 2011 to 2015 in the fitness industry when CrossFit was hitting the mainstream. If I survived that, I can definitely survive this AI hype cycle. All right, so there's a couple ways I could do this, but let me just try to do it this way. So, var dated transaction equals transaction dot from. So we're gonna do this, right? This is definitely a code smell, what I have going on here. Definitely a code smell. Why? Why? Why are you unhappy? Oh, that's fine. No such property merchant. And the only thing I want to do different is I just want to say new test data, new test, and then I want to do update existing transaction, new transaction. And I think the result should still be 1, but
Did we just become best friends?
I can't read your username, I'm sorry, but thank you very much for subscribing. It's very kind of you. At Steven, it's your personal project, it's allowed to be bad. Yeah. I hate it, man. I can't stand it. Like, I'm trying not to fixate on it, but I want to fixate on it. It's so bad. That's the existing transaction. Okay, that's a bad assertion, first off. This should be actually transaction. But I wonder if that test even still passes. Hopefully it does. What happened? Oh, I have to seal that transaction. Just seal it. Have to seal it. Yeah, I just sealed. I did seal it. Why are you still complaining? I don't know why it's still complaining in the UI, but I think it's fine. Steven, what age did you start your coding journey? I started at 16. Now I'm 19. Well, you're ahead of me, man. You're ahead of me. I didn't start coding seriously until 28. Let's see, I'm 32 now, so I'd have been like August of 2020. What would that have been? So I would have been what, 20? Yeah, I'd be like 27, 28 when I started coding. Yeah, so you're way ahead of me, man. Yeah, you're killing it. Are you afraid Coding Jesus is going to code review your code? Yeah, I mean, he could totally smoke me, okay? I was actually unaware Vercel was a well-known company. Sometimes I feel like I live under a rock. Oh man, Vercel's ginormous, dude. It's a ginormous company. The biggest company. I wonder, is Vercel a billion-dollar company? Now that I say that, are they a billion-dollar company? Vercel revenue. 200 million. So not as big as I thought they were. But that's still a big business. As of September 25, the company was valued at 9.3 billion. I guess they're valued at over $1 billion, but their revenue is not $1 billion. That's still a lot of money, you know? A lot of people like their shit, man. A lot of people like their shit. The thing that scares me about those platforms, Vercel and the like, is just racking up a bill, like wrapping up a really, really big bill, you know? That kind of scares me. Okay, this should not be. There we go. Dragon. Vercel is definitely the largest Vibe website hoster. I like, that's a new term. I haven't heard that. Vibe website hoster. Expected existing transaction dot merchant name not to be. Okay. So it did get updated, I guess. Now why? I would expect it to hit here. Wasn't somebody sued over using like 200,000 of computing power because of DDoS? I've seen headlines and stuff over the years of people racking up really big bills inadvertently. And yeah, to me that's just scary, you know? Seems scary. I think I have to update it in the database. App db context dot save changes. Like there was somebody recently, that Jmail site. I think Wes Boss did a video of it on Syntax's website, where the person who made that Jmail website ended up YouTube. What is it? It's like he did a video on it. Syntax, Vercel, hosting bill. It was like $46,000. That was the most recent one I saw. That scares the shit out of me. Like if one of my projects got super popular like that, I just want the site to crash. I don't want to end up owing anybody $50,000. You know what I mean? That sounds so scary. Like, no, please. Don't want it. LOL, they picked the most ineffective way to do it. Oh, did they really? I haven't watched the whole video completely. But yeah, that's I'm not interested in using foot guns. You know what I mean? I don't want a mistake to cost me that amount of money. Okay, so why is this not working the way I thought it should work? Let's debug this again. So I'm setting the transaction data here, and I'm applying it here. So why doesn't it get updated in the database? I don't know. I don't know why it does that. Let's try to figure it out. Sogo. Hey, good morning, Sogo. Long time no see, man. Claude has helped me on my ethical hacking journey. Wonderful, man. That's awesome to hear. Lurk away, D. I have been pushing back on moving to cloud because of this fact reason. One mistake and you're done. Yeah, that seems just too much, man. It's too much of an existential threat for me to accept it. I've heard of 18,000 Claude code bills. I'm so glad I actually know how to code for free. Yeah, I'm not spending my life's earnings or very much of my earnings on inference for LLMs. I'm just not going to do it. I'm sorry. I mean, it's one thing. I mean, I get it. If it's one thing, I think we've talked about this before with Oblivion. It's a different thing if like you're spending $200 a month on Claude Code or $10,000 a month on Claude bills or whatever on inference cost, and you're using that in your business to earn you more than that, then I get it. But like for me, none of the code I write makes me any money. So I'm not gonna invest that amount of money into inference. That's just crazy.
Did we just become best friends?
Herman VC, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Imagine having money to drop on an AI subscription. Unimaginable. I mean, I do pay for a couple of subscriptions. I pay for Copilot and I pay for Gemini, but that's $10 a month, right? Okay, it's not 250. James, if you got a Mac Mini, you could host your own site. Oh, I host my own stuff. Yeah, I know how to self-host stuff. I don't think a lot of other people know how to self-host. I don't think you need a Mac Mini either. You could probably do it on an old shitty laptop you have. You know, most of the things that people are trying to host do not require that much headroom. Good morning, Rockin' Brain. Good to see you.
Did we just become best friends?
EH. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Okay, so it's still stuck at plaid. That's weird because in my test code, I am saving it. Or not? Yeah. Wait. DB context. So let's do. Okay. So I don't understand. I don't understand any of this. So here's my metadata. Doesn't make sense to me. New transaction data. So why isn't that being used to update? Does this not work the way I think it does? It must not work the way I think it does, because that should... Oh, this is so frustrating. Which is half the fun. So we are setting that on the property. We don't need this anymore. And we are taking in a generic transaction metadata. Generic transaction metadata. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. How about I just make this a setter? And then instead of doing that, we'll do existing transaction dot metadata equals new test transaction metadata, like that. How about that? Suppression is unnecessary. Okay. Oh, because I'm explicitly setting it. Okay. Now let's try. Still failed. Let's see, why did it fail? It's been raining here a ton, Noku, actually, where I'm at. It's been raining all week where I'm at. Which I kinda like the moody weather, but after a few days of it, you kinda, you know, you're like, okay, enough's enough. Unable to cast object of type test transaction metadata to type plat. Oh, that would do it. Test. I have an error. Oh, interesting. Okay, this is an interesting. So this is actually kind of a dumb check, is what this test proves. Is my code is stupid. This is what this test proves. So this should never really happen, because in our query logic we're checking for that type. So the fact that we would end up with a transaction in this list, or this list, that actually hits on this if statement is dumb. This should not happen. And I don't know how you would force it to happen. I mean, you could probably force it to happen if you mocked this. Okay, so I'm gonna skip that test then for now, because at some point I am gonna refactor this to a repository. But this is, if this happens, something really stupid is going on. Okay, so let's focus on this test then. So this just means if the transaction that we get has a plat ID that doesn't match one that's already in our database, we'll just skip it. Okay.
Did we just become best
we
friends?
Can do. L Perez, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. All right, so let's just change what we're testing here. Handle async when called with transaction that isn't in database, it should skip the transaction. Okay, so in that case, let's remove that logic. And instead of this, we will do this. GUID.new GUID to string. Okay, so this will not match this, which means we should not update it. So existing transaction, we also don't need this anymore, because we realize that's dumb. I also realize it's dumb that I'm using VS Code to run my tests, but such is life. There we go. The Cur, hello all. What's Stephen cooking here? I am trying to write tests for my project at the moment. It's going okay. A little slow going right now as I try to figure things out. Yeah, it's going okay. When you're finished building this, can I test it for fun? Oh yeah, for sure. It's out there on GitHub too, if you want to play around with it now. Expected result to be 1. but found 0. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, go for it. My colleague is Steven. Darn autocorrect. God bless. Oh, whoops. I forgot to debug. Hold on. Why is it not? You know the project. You know the joke, right? When I started this project, only me and God knows what my code knows what my code works. Now it's only God. I think that meme is funny. It is hilarious. I won't post specifics, but anyone who racks up 200,000 in debt, dosing earned every penny. Easier free methods out there. Steven, do you have any work experience with infra/cloud? No, we don't really do, or I don't really do anything with cloud hosting. Good morning, the Josh Galt. Here with coffee. Let's go. I need more coffee, actually. Okay, I don't understand why this breakpoint's not being hit. Something's funky. There we go. Oh. Oh, hilarious. That's another. It's okay. So I'm trying to test things that are not really they really should never happen, and they're not really testable because the query that I'm using to get stuff out of my database is basically preventing this stuff down here from happening. So I guess theoretically I could pull these checks out. They shouldn't ever happen. I just always feel like whenever I say they should never happen, there's this thing in the back of my mind that's like, yeah, I know you feel that way. I know in your head that makes sense. All right, we'll come back. We'll come back to this. Okay, so we have both. We have tests for all the handler logic, which took way too long to write. Now we need to test the transaction processor, which should be relatively simple because we can mock all this. Yep. And the only real business logic in here to test is the return value. So let's go down to unit tests, and let's add a unit test for, what did we call it? Plaid transaction processor tests. Namespace is physicalOS dot infra dot test dot unit. Public class is Plaid transaction processor test, like this. Warning, you have exceeded your coffee to code balance. Please recharge your coffee balance to continue. That's actually so valid because this is literally my last sip. Let's see. We do private, read-only, mock, I, plaid, new equals mock, add handler. And then we'll just repeat that for all these other guys. Add, modified. And then we'll do remove. And then we'll come down here and we'll say public plaid transaction processor test. And then we'll add our private read-only plaid transaction processor, which just using just our system under test equals new. We do mock add handler.object. These also all violate the naming convention. I think we need some other stuff, don't we, too? We need the handlers. Oh, but this doesn't even have that. So we have to say plaid transaction processor from. And then the from method takes what? The from method takes a iService provider. No, it's going to take just the handlers. So let's add an overload for this. And then instead of doing that, we'll do return new add handler modified handler new. This. Yeah, and then we'll go back to our test code. Back here. Let's pass each one of the mocks in. Mock moved handler like so. Okay, now what we have is we have the ability to test each of the situations that can occur. So we can actually probably make this relatively straightforward. What's the method name on this thing that I want to test? Process async. Opposed to public async task. Process async. When called and transactions are handled, it should return appropriate. Should return correct result. So I'm thinking I can actually use a theory data here. So let's do so basically what we need to do is whenever we need to test, okay, what happens if the num added does not equal the sync response added, right? It should return false. We just want to test, we just want to make sure that if any of these return false, the whole thing's false, right? I mean, that's very, very simple logic, but there's going to be some people that will say, ah, you don't need to test that. And I just, sorry, mate. I'm going to test it. Gonna test it. Let's see, mock. Let's also rename that. Mock added handler. Setup. Awesome. We just have to do a little bit of work. So it's going to be it is any, there's a count, I think is what we pass in here, and then it is any transaction, and it is any cancellation token. It dot is any transaction. Now you're looking for what? You're looking for the actual going plaid entity transaction. Cannot convert from, oh. It's nasty, man. It's nasty. Okay. It's a long ad. Oh my gosh, dude. This is why people look at C# and they're like, why is this why is it so wordy? Why is it so verbose? Definitely can be verbose at times. Let's see, and then we do dot returns async false. No. Let's just say 0. Yeah. Rebound space to control and control to space. Is it too late for me? Something so dirty never felt so right. Hold on, let me read that again. You rebound the space to control and control to space. Huh. So control, what do I use control for sometimes? I don't know what I use control for. I guess I don't use control that much. Huh, that's interesting. What does the return value 1 is supposed to mean? What does the return value... Oh, you mean here? Oh, you mean in the test. That's how many transactions it actually handled. That is what that's what the handle async method return is, the number of transactions it successfully handled. Why would you ever do that? I don't know. I mean, everyone's got their workflow, you know? I reprogrammed caps lock to backspace. I think that's the most sensible layout edit possible. Caps lock to backspace. I think caps lock is remapped to escape for me. Oh no, I guess not. I thought I had it mapped to... I guess not. When did that change? So back caps lock to backspace. Huh. It's interesting. I could have sworn I had my setting. No. Where did it go? Did I just accidentally quit PowerToys? I think I just accidentally quit PowerToys. Imagine being able to backspace with either hand. So nice. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I think it would take a little while to get used to it. Where's the keyboard? Keyboard manager. Remap caps lock to escape. That's fine. Who uses caps lock for anything? There we go. It's back. We're back in action. So this would be this is going to be removed. Okay. And then the whole point here is then we'll say var result equals await system under test dot process async. This should take an account, a sync response, and a cancellation token. So var account equals account dot from. You need a name, var metadata. Metadata. ID. Name. Metadata. And then we pass in the account. What was the other thing? Sync response. So we need a sync response. I don't know what that name's, but sync response. Okay. And then we have to pass in the test context.current.cancellation token like this. And then we'll say result.should.be false. I think. Let's see, added, removed, and there should be a modified. So yeah, so if there actually was something here, right? So basically this is saying, okay, the sync response gave us one to add, one to modify, one to remove, and I'm saying my handlers all did nothing. So in this case, we should definitely get a false response. So let's see if this actually works. Processor. Let's see. No test found. Okay, let's refresh the tests. Sweet Pine Jam. I miss watching your contents, bro. Oh, well, that's so kind of you to say. It's definitely, I don't know if it's good content, but it's my content. So thanks for stopping by to say that. It's very kind of you. Good morning, Fly Fisher. Good to see you. Let's see. Control is a link key, so it's pressed a lot. Older developers have gotten nerve damage from crunching control too hard. Space seemed appropriate because of thumbs. Yeah. I guess whenever I start having hand problems, I'll probably have to, I guess, switch keyboards altogether, right? I mean, that's why, like, isn't that why the Primogen uses his weird keyboard? And isn't that also why Lex Friedman uses his weird keyboard? Steven rocking that sweet, sweet rainbow indent. I do like a good rainbow indent. I do like it. I kind of have a similar thing a little bit going on with NeoVim with the lines, but it's not quite exactly the same. But yeah, I do like the rainbow indent. You should see my desktop keybinds. Yeah, I guess I haven't had too many issues with my hands yet. I guess I just haven't been doing this long enough. Okay, let's turn this into theory. And we're going to have inline data. And we're going to start like this. We'll say int num added, int num removed, int num added, modified, removed. So it's really only two out. There's really only a set number of outcomes here, so we can do this, this. Well, actually, the only ones I really care about, care about this one, and then I care about each one individually. So do 0, 1, and then we'll do 1, 0, 1, and then the last one will be this. Also, the reason why I'm using VS Code to run the test is because my NeoVim setup does not currently support the new Microsoft testing platform, unfortunately. Let's see, expected result to be false. Oh, yeah, I gotta add that as a parameter. Bool expected result should be expected result. And then here should be this should be false. This should be true. It should be false, false, false. Go again. We all say that to ourselves. Just let me have my Let me lie to myself, okay? Let me be Delulu. Okay, so we did the processor, and then the other one we need to test is, so we have the handlers, we have the processor, and then the processor is called by the sinker, I'm pretty sure. Let's see, what do we need to test in here? Actually, transaction. Okay.
Did we just become best friends?
Humayun? I think that's how you say your name. Humayun? Thanks for the sub. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. What you making? We're making an application to help me manage my personal finances. We're writing a lot of tests right now, so there's not a lot of flashy stuff to show. We're just writing tests. He's not actually a NeoVim user, is he? Is his OS even Arch? Is the keyboard even mechanical? The keyboard is mechanical. The keyboard is mechanical. I'm using VS Code, Cursor, NeoVim, Notepad++. Trying Z. Well, you're like editor polyamorous. There's got to be a term for that. I discovered the index IGV today. What's that? IGV. Expanded tech software sector? What's that about? Oh, I also have installed PyCharm and WebStorm, but I rarely use them. Nice. I like it, man. I like somebody who's not afraid to explore their editor proclivities. Bunch of S&P or software stock sector. Also, Costco's in there for some reason. Still can't figure that out. Costco is in this thing? Why would Costco be in here? ServiceNow, Adobe, AppLovin Corporation. What's that? Huh. Does it list, let's see. Can you see everything that's in it? I guess not. Huh. Doesn't make sense that Costco would be in there. It seems odd. Costco. Oh no. I wondered if someone was going to say something about that. I grabbed all the stocks in the ticker, sorted them from highest price to lowest, and then looked at the individual stocks. Huh. Let's see, why is Costco in IGV? Huh. This Gemini says there's no evidence of this, but I believe you if you found it in there. It's weird. I don't know, man. I don't question such things. They just are. Damn, I'm out of coffee. I don't think I said this, but today's stream is going to be shorter, by the way. Um, my dog has surgery this morning, and so I'm going to get off here at 6 instead of my normal 7 o'clock so that I can hang out with him before he goes to surgery. Because he is kind of an older dog, and so, like, I don't want to jinx it, but, like, he pulled an older dog under sedation for surgery. Um, you know, bad things could happen. The vet says he's healthy enough, but yeah, you never know. Yeah, it's kind of sad. You never know. Yeah, don't say that. I don't want to. I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm not trying to speak any bad things into existence. I don't want to. I don't want to regret not spending the morning with him. He has to have teeth removed. He's got like a couple cracked teeth that are infected, and so he has to have those pulled. He's had this done once before, but it was several years ago. No, nothing. Yeah, you're right. Nothing's gonna happen. It's all gonna be good. Just gonna get a little extra time in this morning with the doggo. It's gonna be great. His name's Opie. He's a dachshund. I've got pictures of him. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. This is my dog. Sec. See if I can find him. This is basically how he spends 98% of his life. Is like this.
Did we just become best friends?
Yarps, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Let's see. That's like that's every picture I have of him is basically him sleeping. Let's see if I can find another one. Yeah, here's another one. This has turned into Steven shows pictures of his dog during stream. It's like all he does. He's got to start brushing. Yeah, we need to be better about brushing his teeth. That's for sure. It's a couple $1,000s to get your dog's teeth taken care of. It's crazy. It's so expensive. Yeah, he's a wiener dog. He's a wiener dog. Wiener dog. Good morning, Bradley. Hey, what's cracking? Nothing much, man. Yeah, just having ourselves another chill morning. You know, fumbling around with code, drinking coffee, shooting the shit. Good morning, Eric. Good to see you. Can't put a price on family. You cannot put a price on family. This is true. This is what my sons tell me. My oldest son was like, Dad, if it was one of us. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, buddy. You're right. If it was one of you, it wouldn't matter. Let's see. Work is having a stock picking competition, so I'm trying to figure out ways to beat the S&P 500. That's fun. That's super fun. My plan is 20% on stocks and then some custom picks from the IGV index. Huh. It's difficult to beat the S&P, man. Like, very, very difficult. At least over a long period of time. Some people can do it for like a year, you know, a couple years here and there. But like the vast majority of people can't beat it. Even like professional stock pickers can't do it. That's a big challenge to take on, man. You're killing it. If you are able to do that, that's pretty impressive. David, if it was one of you, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, I mean, I love my dogs, but like also I do value human life, you know, more than I value dog life. But he is one of our family, so we're gonna pony up the money. We're gonna get his teeth fixed. You're gonna do it, man. Positive thinking, Dota. Positive thinking. You're gonna get it done. You're gonna get it done. It's gonna be awesome. Then you'll have bragging rights. So I need to mock this guy. I need to mock the return value here. Okay, so what behavior do I want to test here? I guess the behavior is if a response is unsuccessful, it should stop processing transactions. If the response contains no accounts, it should stop processing transactions. If for whatever reason the response does not include the target account that we're syncing, then we should stop processing transactions. And then the cursor, this is probably the most important behavior. The cursor should only be advanced if all transactions were processed successfully. That's probably the most important test. So let's add a new test class. Let's call it Plaid. What was the name of that thing? Plaid Transaction Syncer Test.cs, something like that. 100% on Cola is the clear play. Invest like Buffett. Dude, Warren Buffett's the man, isn't he? Do you know him and his wife had a... hold on, let me fact check this before I say it, but I'm almost 100% certain there was a documentary I watched with it was called Becoming Buffett, I think. It's on HBO Max. But I'm pretty sure Warren Buffett had an open marriage. Yeah, Warren Buffett had an unconventional long-term open marriage with his wife, Susan Thompson, which lasted from 1952 until her death in 2004. I don't know why that fact has stuck with me. I guess it just doesn't line up with when you see Warren Buffett on a TV screen. You just wouldn't think that guy is in an open marriage. But you know, to each his own. I don't judge it. It's just kind of fascinating. Let's see. I don't know if it was full open or he had another woman. I think he did have another partner. I forgot what her name was. But it's a good I think his other partner name was like Astrid or something. It was a good documentary. I mean, that's a very small piece of his life, so I'm not trying to like get hung up on that. I just, for whatever reason, whenever Warren Buffett comes to mind, it's just that fun fact pops into my head. The documentary is very good though. I think it's called Becoming Buffett, if I'm remembering right. Becoming Warren Buffett. It's a little old. It's from 2017, but it's good. It's on HBO Max, I think. If documentaries are your thing, Kurtz, we're gossiping now. I know, man. The hot goss. Got to get that hot goss. He was a genius investor. Dad was also a Nebraskan congressman. Yeah, he is a very, very smart investor. Yeah. You know what's crazy though is he did say, I think he said this before, that like if he passes away, you know, a large portion of his wealth obviously is going to go to charity, but he's talked about how like for the people that he leaves behind, you know, like his investment advice is going to be to stick that money in a index fund. Right? So it's kind of it's pretty crazy to hear somebody who's like one of the greatest active investors in the history of investing advocate for index fund investing for his family. I think I don't know, it just speaks to the fact that like for the average person, being an individual stock pickers or an active investor is not the right move, you know. Public class. Philanthropy? I don't know why I can't speak philanthropy. But I did not know that's where the rest of his wealth was going to go. John, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Last I checked, Berkshire is no longer beating the index. Oh, interesting. Dota, oil's at 50% since Saturday/Tuesday. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Well, I guess at some point we're going to have to go fill up the car with gas and pay more. Gas isn't included in it isn't included in core inflation, is it? Is gas included in the inflation index? I don't think housing, gas. Oh, I guess it is. Oh no, it's excluded from core inflation. I don't think housing, gas, or food are included in core inflation, which is just crazy because the vast majority of us, gas, food, and housing are like the things we probably care about most, at least in the US. Gas prices up. Yeah, I guess as long as this Iran war keeps going on, we're going to have to deal with high gas, with increasing gas prices. It's just a thing. I think there's different inflation metrics. Yeah, but I think the core inflation is what people tend to refer to, I think. Didn't Gnome just give 200 million contract to her mate's company set up 10 days ago? Ain't even trying to hide. I do not know anything about that, but that's pretty wild if that's the case. There's some pretty crazy things going on in the world right now, and I'm just over here typing my little codes into my. The world's like melting down around me, and I'm over here like, oh great, I get to type some more code into my terminal-based text editor. This is so fun. It's totally it's like a version of the "this is fine" meme. The whole world's melting down, and Steven's just at his desk with his coffee, being like, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay if I can just write this code just right." The world can't melt down in the coffee shop. It's dark humor. It's dark humor. Like I do honestly take it seriously, all the bad stuff that's happening in the world, but what else are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like if you're just paralyzed by all the bad shit, like that can't be the right answer, you know? Just keep coding. Just keep coding. I like that. I like that. I hadn't heard that one, but I like that one. Oh, whoops. So we need to do a similar thing here. Do public static from, and then we'll just do return new logger. And then we need to mock those. So we have 3 mocks. We have a mock logger. Alright, logger. This is why everybody hates testing. They just don't like writing this code. And this is why people avoid writing this code. Because it feels monotonous and boring. I like it personally, but I know this is why. Every time I do this, I know this is why people don't like doing it. Hey Steven, did you see the article about the Matplotlib contributor who got flamed by an AI agent?
I'd like to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
One must just be grateful. Our year is probably going better than it is for Iran leadership.
Yeah, it's a good point, man. It's a good point. We should always be grateful because it can always be much, much worse. So I appreciate you focusing our perspective. I like it. Thank you, Voltaire. Let's see. Did you see the article about Matplotlib contributor who got flamed by AI agent because he refused a PR made by it? Crazy stuff. Yeah, I did see that, Bradley. Yeah, it like wrote a blog post, right? I did see that. It's a weird world we live in. Super weird world. Did you see the bro that hacked 6,000 Roombas with his PlayStation with Claude? No, that's wild. Was trying to control his Roomba with his PlayStation remote, accidentally hacked like 6,000, had access to their cameras and stuff. Hold on, wait a minute. Is this a true story? This sounds a little far-fetched. It's well, I'm not calling you a liar or anything, David. It just sounds extreme. Hacked Roomba. Man accidentally... Okay, this is on Popular Science, so this has got to have some... Man accidentally gains control of 7,000 robot vacuums. Sammy, as Dooful, just wanted to steer his DJI Romo with a gaming controller. I just wanted to use my PlayStation controller, man. That's hilarious. Let's see. Microphone audio maps and status data from nearly 7,000 other vacuums across 24 countries. The backend security bug effectively exposed an army of internet-connected robots in the wrong hands could have turned into surveillance tools, all without their owners ever knowing. Dude, that is nuts. I'm gonna have to read this. I don't have time to read this right now, but I am gonna have to read. That is crazy. How does that happen? How does that happen? Make cleaning your house a game. Exactly, right? It's a wonderful idea. I mean, it's a fantastic idea. That's crazy, though. I need to save this article. Apply settings to this advice. Yeah, apply settings to this. Okay, sync. That's crazy, man. He found out they all use the same password. That's pretty nuts if that's actually the case. Let's do conflicted settings. I don't think it matters. Apply. I guess I haven't synced this computer in a while. Hello, Sharat. Good to see you. Another one for the boys. I mean, that's just crazy. That's just unbelievably crazy. Alright, I already read this one. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and check that one out. Alright, I hear my wife upstairs, so my dog's awake and my wife is awake. So I'm gonna get off early today so I can go hang out with my doggo. My dog's having surgery this morning, so I'm gonna go upstairs and maybe cuddle him for a little bit. No love for Zoe text editor for notes. Well, for those notes, for things that I actually want to keep for a long time, I usually will use Obsidian. But if they're if they're ephemeral things that I just plan to delete, or I don't care that if I lose, then I typically will use Zoe. I know it's weird. I don't understand why I have this system, but it's my system. Oblivion, it was a nice stream. Have a good day. See you, Oblivion. Thanks, Dr. Loban Shots. All right, so if you're new here, 7,000 vacuum power equals how many horsepower? I have no idea. I have no idea. But that's just that is too fucking funny. He's gonna be good. Yeah, he just has to have his teeth pulled. But you know, you never know. When you have a dog that's 10 years old or more, you know, and you put him under sedation, you just never know. So, no regrets. I don't want to have any regrets. So I'll take an hour less stream this morning to go spend some more time with him. Of course, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow though. Of course, regular schedule tomorrow. Delusional Dev, how you doing today? We're doing good. Yeah, we weren't super productive or anything today, but we aren't most days. But we had a good time, I think. All right, if you're new here and you want to come back and hang out on stream, I'm live most days. Unlike today, I'm live most days from 4:15 a.m. Central Standard Time to 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. I put the schedule in the chat. And then if you ever want to hang out outside the stream, we do have a Discord. And I'll put that link in the chat as well. It's just Discord. Whoops. It would help if I could actually type it. It's discord.stevenfreeborn.com. And you're welcome to join there. That's the best place to find us when we're not live. I will do that, Bob. Appreciate you. Good to see you, Bob. All right. Bye, guys. Bye, Bradley. Bye, Voltaire. Bye, Delusional Dev. Bye, David Bailey. Bye, Voltaire. Bye, Oblivion. Loban Shots. James. Sharat. See you guys. Bye, chat. Bye. Have a good day. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me in the mornings. It's very kind of you.